Jeff C. from Free Radio Revolution believes NASA does science. He probably believes that NASA went to the moon 9 times. I don't know what he believes. He probably doesn't look into it, so he doesn't even know what he believes. But NASA sent man to the moon 9 different times, and out of those 9 times, they landed on the moon 6 different missions. And this happened within a 4-year period. So imagine if NASA this year went to the moon. Jeff C. would be impressed. And imagine within the next 4 years, NASA did this 6 different times. We planted 6 flags on the moon in 4 years. Jeff C. would be amazed. He probably would. But I want to watch this video. Flat Earth Society. New York, London, Paris, Beijing, Tokyo. Many people still insist that the Earth is flat. I thought it was a psyop. Author Eric Dubay claims the moon, sun, and planets are flat and that the moon phases should be impossible. But these are incorrect positions. I'm not even interested in all this shit. Go to the good stuff. Because they're also claiming NASA does science. Flat Earthers claim all space imagery is fake.
And all manned space travel is fake.
I cannot believe he uploaded this to his channel. Oh, here we go. Let's ridicule people that question NASA now. Oh, this video is so idiotic. I was confused by this. There are shots that are over 3 minutes long. And then, so I was paying close attention, looking for cuts, and that's when I saw this bitch dip. And it's clear it's simulated. 0G. She's not in an authentic 0G environment on an international space station.
We have a lot of electrical boxes and machinery and solar arrays, in fact, that I talked about earlier. Here we are at the throne. This is awesome. You might see the little, you might have noticed the little moon on the outside. This is our orbital outhouse. And of course, it serves for 2 functions. Number 2, right here. I'll show you. But you see it's pretty small, so you have to have pretty good aim, and you'll be ready to make sure things get let go the right direction. And it smells a little bit, so I'm closing it up. And that's, of course, for number 2. And this guy right here is for number 1. So they're sort of 2 slightly separate functions, but you can do a little, essentially both, by hanging on right here and doing number 1 and number 2. I might add it's color coded, so you really don't get it mixed up, which is nice. This is yellows for number 1. And
these air bubbles are in official NASA spacewalk videos because they are always done in water tanks for the fraud. NASA does literally nothing in space, it's all bullshit. The Hubble Space Telescope is a complete fucking joke as well. Go fuck yourselves, NASA. Nothing but a bunch of dumb brainwashed Freemason bastards.
Yes, and proceed this way.
Which is the faking of spacewalks in a swimming pool. In this vid, you catch a glimpse of someone wearing a scuba tank. Scuba tanks in space? Snorkels and scuba tanks in space?
Free Radio Revolution believes NASA does science, and he will continue to upload videos about the flat Earth. That's just what he's gonna do. Too long to be inside a diving plane. No room for wires or blue screens. Too expansive to be inside of an airplane.
And I'd like to see them do-si-do each other really quickly, which they can't do, or they'd get all their wires tangled up.
Here you go, Skylab 1973. Skylab had a shower, and on the International Space Station they can't shower. They have to use sponge baths. How do they wash their hair? Well, they show you videos where they wash their hair. How do they perm their hair? Maybe they have somebody perming their hair on the International Space Station. Must be kind of hard perming hair when you're taking dips because it's not an authentic zero-G environment, but who knows. They don't have live feeds on the inside of the International Space Station, so you can't see what these idiots are doing. Supposedly they're doing science. Don't you think they would be recording themselves when they're bored, not doing science? Wouldn't they be recording videos for the world to see? No, everything has to be staged and planned and edited. Oh, look at this, Skylab. This is proof that NASA does science, Skylab. No CGI. That's really the Earth from space. That's the Earth's curvature. No analog special effects techniques look this flawlessly real. The Right Stuff movie. Oh. Gemini 4, NASA's first manned spacewalk. No airplane. Yeah, it's not an airplane. It's also not a vacuum. Why is it going so fast? Impossible to fake with 1965, but we could go to the moon with 1960s technology. It's impossible to fake this with 1960s technology, but we could go to the moon and back 6 times in 4 years with 1960s technology, and we can't do that again. 2022 is going to be 50 years since all of that, and nobody's still going to question it. They're still going to believe in the moon missions. But it's impossible to fake it. Yeah, it's easier to do this stuff in space, even though we can't do it anymore. Apollo 9, 1969. Hollywood and NASA are the same thing. There's no difference. Hubble Space Telescope does not exist. They do their spacewalks underwater. There's bubbles in the water. The Hubble Space Telescope doesn't even exist. Jeff C. will probably believe NASA when they claim they have found life in the universe, and Jeff C. can upload videos about habitable planets in these sweet zones and how we're not alone. That's great, Jeff. I'll be looking forward to those videos. Thousands of photos and hours of footage, and you would have to bribe and threaten everybody. There's no way they... The Hubble Space Telescope, that is the biggest fraud in all of human history. Those images from the Hubble are shown all over the world. Humanity's resources are at the disposal of those in power. They control everything.